I am Muhammad Asad, student of MSCS1. My course is Research Methodology and my honorable instructor is Sarbala Alaman. The topic of discussion is data collection methods in applied research. We start with our definition of the data collection. So data collection is the process of gathering and measuring information on variables of interest in an established systematic fashion that enables one to answer stated research questions, test hypotheses, and evaluate outcomes. Next is the data collection methods. Mainly there are two types of data collection methods. First is the primary data collection method and the second is the secondary data collection methods. So the task of data collection begins after a research problem has been defined and research or design plan chalked out. So the data collection starts in research whenever the definition of a specific research problem has been defined. After that, the data collection process starts. While deciding about the method of data collection to be used for the study, the researcher should keep in mind of two types of data, that is the primary data and the secondary data. The primary data is collected by the researcher himself, meaning that it is the fresh data that is not available before. And the secondary data collected by someone else and have already been passed through the statistical process, means that the secondary data is available in form of journals, research papers, research magazines. So a researcher has a pre-requirement of the study may decide on use of primary data or secondary data or the both. Both primary and secondary data have their own pros and cons. So it's up to the research problem that which type of data has been used. The method of collecting the primary data. So primary data collection methods can be divided into two groups: quantitative data collection methods and the qualitative data collection methods. In quantitative data collection methods, quantitative data can be calculated and analysis includes questionnaires with close-ended questions, methods of correlation and regression, mean, mode and median, and the others. Quantitative methods are cheaper to apply and they can be applied within shorter duration of time compared to the qualitative methods. Moreover, due to high level of standardization of quantitative methods, it is easy to make comparison of findings. And qualitative research methods, on the contrary, do not involve numbers or mathematical calculations. Qualitative research is closely associated with words, sounds, feelings, emotions, colors, and the other elements that are not quantifiable. Qualitative studies aim to ensure greater level of depth of understanding, and qualitative data collection methods includes interviews, questionnaires with open-ended questions, focus groups, observation game or role-playing, and the case studies. Primary data can be collected by several ways, like interview, questionnaire, schedule observation, and the other methods. In interview, we see that the researcher has one-to-one meeting with the interviewer, and the interviewer is a qualified person in his job. So the specific questions are asked to the interviewer about a specific topic. In the questionnaire, the filled form is given to the audience and multiple choice questions are given there. So they have to give their answers in the form of tick or cross. Next is the schedule. Schedule is also a type of interview. In schedule, the questions that to be asked to the interviewer have been described in a specific format, and that particular questions are asked to the interviewer and their answer is obtained. Next is the observation. The researcher uh, got his primary data can be collected by several ways, like interview, questionnaire, schedule, observation, and the other methods. In interview, we see that the researcher has one-to-one meeting with the interviewer, and the interviewer is a qualified person in his job. So the specific questions are asked to the interviewer about a specific topic. In the questionnaire, the field form is given to the audience, and multiple choice questions are given there. So they have to give their answers in the form of tick or cross. Next is the schedule. Schedule is also a type of interview. In schedule, the questions that to be asked to the interviewer have been described in a specific format, and that particular questions are asked to the interviewer and their answer is obtained. Next is the observation. The researcher uh, got his observations specifically on the specific topic in terms of interview, questionnaire, or any other relating material. The advantages of primary data is, according to the research needs, mean that the primary data is the fresh data that is calculated on every new research. The researcher can determine exactly what data will be collected and can identify the specific tools that will be used, defined and consistent protocol. Completeness data is ensured. Mm, there are also some advantages regarding the primary data collection. First is time consuming, because in interview or schedules or questionnaire, uh, we have face-to-face meeting with the interviewer, so we can get the required answers. Rely on subjects recall and communication abilities. Uh, Bias may occur due to various factors. Need to check reliability of the rates. There is a factor of biasness also, that the interviewer cannot mm, want to give your answer properly, and if you get the proper answer there, so the answer may be checked, and the reliability issues also there. So so secondary data is a type of data that has already been published in books, newspapers, magazines, journals, or online portals. Sources of secondary data are existing literature, reports of professional agencies, departments, archives, internets. While collecting secondary data, one has to follow legal proceedings required and maintain the academic ethics. So the secondary data is available easily in any of the above format, uh, but there is also a work ethic for gathering the secondary data also involves that the advantages of secondary data is it is easier and quicker, that it is easily available in storage format, absence of researchers biases. So the already researches or already published papers, uh, so there is no chance of biasness, economical and time saving. We can easily get the research papers of a specific research on the internet and any other available materials. Participants' cooperation may not be necessary, and it eliminates the biases related to participants' awareness. Disadvantages of secondary data: accuracy, completeness, and reliability depend upon the original individual collecting the data. So it is the responsibility of the researcher that the data he collected from different sources, he has to check about the reliability of the data also. May not be suitable for answering current research questions. So the available data may deal some other type of relating research. So it is possible that we cannot get the exact answer of our question. Missed data and inaccuracy are common. Chances of missed data and inaccuracy. Biases are commonly expected. Selection of appropriate method of data collection. So about nature and scope and object of the research, we have to choose whether primary data collection method or the secondary data collection. Availability of fund also matters, and time, degree of precision required. So in data collection, the main and the foremost thing is the precision about the data. If we get the garbage data, then we have to precautions. The data must be relevant to the research problem. So irrelevant data goes to the time consuming and also resource consuming. It should be collected through formal or standardized research tools. Data should be such as these can be subjected to statistical treatment easily. You should have minimum measurement